Welcome everyone, we're back with another episode of Band of Brothers, and this is part 10, and it's called Points.
The season finale.
Yeah, the final episode. Yeah.
This has flown by.
It really has. It really has. It's been such a journey. We'll get into our final thoughts at the end, but it's been incredible. Obviously, it's been a hard watch at times, but the actual show has been so great.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's been incredible.
At the end of the last episode, we found out where they were heading next, which I'm guessing is what this episode is going to be focused on.
I remember the place they go into, it ended with Garden. Yeah, they still have to go there, even though we know that Hitler's dead now.
I was going to say, Hitler's dead.
Yeah.
They found the concentration camps.
Yes.
I don't know if they found them all at this stage, but they found multiple ones, some 10 times bigger than the one that we saw.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is going to be the final chapter, the final part.
Yeah, they said even though Hitler's dead, the war is still not over. They still have to go there.
Let's jump straight into this. As Nick says, we'll give some final thoughts, of course, in the outro before we sign off. But yeah, please give the episode a like if you haven't done so already, and we hope you enjoy.
Zalmsee, Austria.
Yeah. That's not where you said they were going.
Nah, that's not the place.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was very nice.
It was more than 3 years since Lewis Nixon and I decided to join the paratroops. And more than a year since we'd first gone to war, not knowing what would happen to us, where we'd end up. I certainly didn't expect to find myself at a place like this.
Yeah, I heard reports about a red-headed Eskimo. Thought I'd check it out.
Come to join me for a morning swim?
Yeah, you know me so well. Here, this from Zelensky. What is that?
Ran into the regimental photographer. Said he had all these photographs of the 506, going all the way back to Toccoa. I traded them for a couple of Lugers.
What do you think you'll do after this?
I get some breakfast.
He means the war, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Nah, after.
Well, it's funny you should mention it, because I had a meeting with Colonel Sink. He had discussed the possibility of staying.
In the Army?
Yeah, it's a career.
What'd you say?
Said I'd think about it.
Seems to have been where his journey's been going.
Yeah.
What do you think about New Jersey? There's a company in Nixon, New Jersey. It's called Nixon Nitration Works.
Well, sounds picturesque.
Oddly enough, I know the owners. Probably gonna expect me to make something of myself. I thought maybe I'd drag you with me.
Are you offering me a job?
We'll see how you do in your interview. You know, man of your qualifications, I think probably scrape something up commensurate with your current salary level.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, just think about it.
Of course, Nick's will be looking for a fresh start, won't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think for a minute he would be staying in once his time's done.
I wasn't too sure, only because of the situation back home with his wife leaving him.
Oh, yeah.
Winters I could definitely see staying on, though.
Yeah.
It feels like that's almost been the story that we've been following with him.
Yeah.
I feel he's been promoted 3 times throughout this
Flying up
series.
the ranks.
Is that a joke because it's airborne? Or
No, it wasn't actually, no, but I'll take it.
I was still getting used to hot showers and morning swims.
Yeah, this seems a world away from where they have been.
100%. Feels like a different show all of a sudden.
We'd entered Bavaria in early May with the hopes of capturing Berchtesgaden.
Berchtesgaden, that's the one.
It was the Nazi Party's symbolic home, and all the heads of the Third Reich had houses there.
Oh, so it's where the leaders live.
He had apparently ordered the SS to make it their last stand from which to mount a guerrilla resistance against the Allied advance.
When are we expecting the engineers to arrive?
Half an hour ago. Well, if you're the SS, you're not gonna let us waltz into Hitler's house.
If you're looking for someone to find another way up that mountain, Easy Company is ready and willing.
Duly noted. I already recommended you to Colonel Singh.
Terrific. Let's go find out where Hitler lived.
Right? We're not sure what's up there. The Colonel doesn't want us taking any unnecessary risks.
So the French are gonna beat us to the Eagle's Nest.
Colonel Sink.
Yep. I'll do it.
Jets, I just had a conversation with General Leclerc. He told me he was first into Paris, and by God, he wanted to be first into Berchtesgaden. Now, you fire up 2nd Battalion and outflank that French son of a bitch.
The orders he wanted?
Yeah, that's what he wanted to hear because they're going to go up, aren't they?
Yeah.
One Easy Company in the lead. Have the men assembled down on the Autobahn.
Yes, sir.
Risky, though.
Oh, yeah.
Just to beat the French.
Yeah. With their white flags hanging out the window. Yeah.
Yeah. One of his bloody episodes called Points. Point scoring again.
Eerie. Not even any natives.
That's because this is the one town you can't deny being a true Nazi.
What do you mean?
Well, you have to be to live here.
We need to find some place we can put the colonel.
How about right there?
Looks like a headquarters from the outside, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is. Where Hitler resided, maybe.
No.
Trying to run off with the records.
Wow.
He's off.
He looked like he was getting ready to open up as normal.
Kitty would love this. How many brides get a wedding present from Hitler?
Guessing that's real silver.
You want to take half? You know, whoever comes in here after us is going to take whatever isn't nailed down.
Wouldn't want that to happen.
Don't even think about it.
Permission to climb the mountain, sir? Eagle's Nest?
What is this?
Wait 1 minute. Have F Company put a double guard on the hotel. I want Battalion HQ, seal off the north side and prepare for prisoner.
Sergeant Grant.
Harry, nobody gets hurt, not now.
And easy?
Easy will head up the mountain through the Ober-Salzburg.
He's taking that as a souvenir, I think.
See, actually, I thought he was just taking it down. Yeah, it looks like he might take it. I hope this all goes okay.
The Eagle's Nest was a surprise birthday present for Hitler, built with Nazi party money. A mountaintop stone retreat, 8,000 feet up, accessible by a gold-plated elevator.
Wow.
It was one of the crown jewels of his empire.
I love it when we hear Winters talking tactically.
Yeah.
Takes me back to the first handful of episodes.
You thought that was a gunshot. It just uncorking the bottle.
I've never heard of this place before.
No, neither have I.
Hitler. No.
Some view, that is.
Hey, Adolf. Love your Eagle's Nest. I hope you don't mind. Love what you've done with the place. Hey, have a drink.
He sounds drunk.
Just so as we can say we saw you do it.
Listen up. From Corps, just came in, effective immediately. All troops stand fast on present positions. Want to hear it? You ready for it? Listen up. German army surrendered.
It's over.
I got a present for you. Come on.
That's it then, the full surrender.
Yeah.
What do you think his present's going to be?
Probably that VAT 69.
Actually, I was just about to say, is it going to be the
Probably
whiskey?
the whiskey,
Surely
yeah.
not.
Or some goodies he can take home with him.
Herman Goering's house? We discovered it yesterday. Had it on double guard ever since.
He's still holding the alcohol.
Nick looks like something out of Top Gun.
10,000 bottles of the world's finest liquor, wine, and champagne helped Easy Company mark the day the war in Europe came to an end.
Crazy.
It's all yours. Take what you want and have each company take a truckload. We're heading for Austria in the morning, but don't feel you have to leave anything here for whoever comes next. Happy VE Day.
Victory in Europe.
Victory in Europe.
Happy VE Day.
He's in heaven.
Like a kid in a candy store.
Instead of an aggressive combat unit, we became an occupation force. And no one wanted to leave Berchtesgaden until they saw Austria.
Just took one bottle. Surely he took more than one bottle.
yeah, I would have thought he would have done. Yeah, this is like a holiday to everyone. Getting to Austria.
So you reckon they'll make us run up those or ski down them?
Don't know what would terrify me more.
And then Karahi up the mountains.
Yeah, this feels so surreal now.
Yeah.
The war is over!
It's good to see Malarkey looking so happy.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll be comfortable here.
I wonder what will happen to us, to people like you and me, when there are finally no more wars to occupy us.
Have all your men collect the weapons, deposit them at the church, at the school, and at the airfield.
Very well. Please accept this as my formal surrender, Major. It is better than to lay it on the desk of a clerk.
You may keep your sidearm, Colonel.
Heroic dead of a combined Army and Marine force mark the grim battlefield of Okinawa.
Wonder why he just trusted that.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure
Was
myself
it
there why he allowed him
surrender,
to keep the sidearm.
Yeah, you just never know, do you?
Not anyone as paranoid as me and you, that's for sure.
Each small advance is gained by sheer grit from a suicidal enemy being slowly hammered back into the hills. The going is brutal, and our casualties are high. But Okinawa is the next big step towards victory over Japan.
So, when are we going?
We don't have a date yet.
We gonna tell the men right away?
Some of them will have enough points to go home instead.
Points.
Their only medal's Purple Heart.
I think most of us here will have enough. And each of us will have to decide what to do. But I want those veterans who are staying, all new replacements ready to fight. That means daily close order drills. That means troop reviews. But above all, it means physical training. Get your NCOs on it.
They're gonna love you.
What are you crouching down for, Perko?
Oh, Perko, you're right.
How about y'all just shut up, let Shifty kill us some dinner?
Hey, you know what? I got an idea. Why don't we just shoot bull here, feed the company for a week?
Wow.
Oh, God damn it, Shift. You let him get away. Army ought to be glad to be rid of you.
I wish, Seems they want me to stay around a while. How many points you need? 15th? I thought I had it bad.
Hold her! Huh! At ease. General Taylor is aware that many veterans, including Normandy veterans, still do not have the 85 points required to be discharged. He has authorized a lottery to send one man home in each company, effective immediately.
I wonder if they'll explain how the points are broken down.
I was thinking that, yeah.
Serial number 13066266, Sergeant Darrell C. Powers. That's how it's done, Shifty.
Shifty's going home.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Shifty.
General Taylor has also announced that the 101st Airborne Division will definitely be redeployed to the Pacific. So, beginning tomorrow, we will begin training to go to war.
I've been hearing that straight away.
I know, barely been there a day.
Don't mean to interrupt you, sir. I just wanted to say goodbye. You was, it's been a long time.
You got everything you need?
Yes, sir. I gathered up my loot. Pistols, mainly. Paperwork's all done. I even got my back pay in my pocket. Back home in Virginia. I just don't rightly know how I'm going to explain all this. I seen.
You're a hell of a fine soldier, Shifty. There's nothing more to explain.
Thank you, sir.
But he's already struggling with the thought of going back to civilian life, maybe.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking, yes.
2 days later, Shifty Powers was on a truck headed for the rear in a boat home.
Doesn't sound good.
Unfortunately, the truck was hit head-on by a drunken corporal. Shifty had a broken pelvis, a broken arm, and a bad concussion. He survived, but had to spend the next few months in a series of hospitals. I wish I could say that he was our only casualty in Austria.
I'm glad he survived, at least.
She's waited for you for 3 years, right? We'll be to Tokyo and back in 2 years.
Probably be over before you even get there.
You didn't tell him?
No, I couldn't get him to shut up.
What? Tell me what?
Guts and Glory here applied for a transfer.
13th Airborne are heading out for the Pacific right away. If I'm going, I want to get it over with.
Are you in on this too?
I can't let him go by himself. He doesn't know where it is.
Wow, so he's transferred to get straight out there.
Yeah.
Wonder who will take over here.
So that confirming Nix is going with him then?
Yeah.
Wounded in Normandy.
Yes, sir. In the leg. It was a minor flesh wound.
Company E lost 24 men killed there.
17 of those were in my company commander's plane that went down on D-Day.
So you were given command of the company on D-Day?
That's right.
Of course, they had to neutralise the guns, didn't they?
Yeah.
The first mission.
Crazy.
This is Hall.
In Holland, they bumped you to Battalion XO.
Yes, sir.
Bastards took your company away.
That's where you look the young lad in the eyes.
Yeah.
Can't imagine that's going to leave him.
I fired my last shots there.
Well, the whole damn war.
Yes, sir.
You got through Bastogne without having to fire your weapon.
That is correct, sir.
And you were on the line the whole time.
Yes, sir.
Can't imagine a tougher test for a leader, having to sit through a siege like that, under those conditions.
You got through it.
Yeah, Bastogne was horrific.
Really was horrific.
I said, why do you want to leave your men?
Well, it's not that, sir. It's just that if the war was still on in the Pacific and I could do some good over there.
You've done enough.
Thank you, sir.
If they do go to the Pacific eventually, you should be running one of the battalions.
Thank you, sir.
And frankly, I think you men have earned the right to keep you around.
Denied his transfer.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Winters just wants it over, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Whatever he can do.
One of those Polacks what was at the slave camp said this is where the guy lives, right here.
Which camp?
Whatever camp. Under direct orders, and I'm happy to follow it.
What was he going to do? Did you
I'm still working it out.
Is this personal to you?
No, it's a goddamn order.
Does Major Winters know about this?
Doesn't matter here.
How the fuck it doesn't? What if he's an officer with no ties to the SS?
What if he's a fucking Nazi commandant of a fucking slave camp?
Which one? You don't have any proof.
I think he wants to kill him.
Yeah, he does. I think Webster's trying to talk sense into him.
Was machen Sie hier?
What?
Ich habe gar nichts.
Shut up.
Was machen Sie?
Ruhe. Sie sind der Kommandant.
Gehen Sie hinaus.
Sie sind der Kommandant.
Ich weiß von keinem Arbeitslager. Sie haben die falsche Person.
Nein! Bitte nicht schießen!
Yeah, he doesn't want any part of that.
No, and he can understand what's being said as well.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the gunshot to go off.
Yeah.
He's guilty. Liebgott says so. He probably is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Son of a bitch.
Shoot him! No.
The other guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very personal for Liebgott.
Yes.
Officers don't run.
The war's over. Anybody would run.
Summer in this alpine paradise should have been a welcome relief.
Salzburg.
Especially now that we were at peace with the Germans. Everyone just wanted to go home.
I think I was in every country, but France was the best. Italy would be second for me. Russia is not desirable.
When do you get out?
The unit is discharged. It's the end of my second war. I'm going home now.
Oh, does that mean he was in World War One?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Looks in his 50s.
Hey, Webster! My relief!
Yeah, he'd have been very young, wouldn't he?
Anyway, I got me a new enemy. The Japs, 75 points. How about you? I mean, you're a Toccoa guy, right?
Wouldn't you like to know? Discharged, huh? Go ahead, take off.
Okay, see you back at the farm.
81. I have 81 points.
Needs 4 more.
Yeah.
See about getting you a ride.
I wonder if they will have to go out to the Pacific.
Where they going?
Munich.
Want to go to Munich? Möchten Sie nach München gehen?
Ja, bitte.
Leider. Was machen Sie da? Sind Sie verrückt?
Get rid of his luggage. What is in there?
Oh, Jesus.
It's Private Janovic.
Oh, no.
He was dead when they brought him in.
Wow.
75 points. He was 10 points short.
The enemy had surrendered, but somehow men were still dying. Young men who wanted to be home with their families by now, who'd served with distinction since before Normandy, were stuck here because they didn't have the points.
Yeah.
What they did have plenty of were weapons, alcohol, and too much time on their hands.
Wait here.
That's a body, isn't it?
You okay, Mac? You need some help?
Seems like a setup.
They wouldn't give me any gas. Krauts.
Oh, it's killed someone.
Yep.
I tried to explain. This fucking limey wouldn't listen. I think he was a major.
Killed both of them.
Hey, Private, we got a problem here.
Do you have any gas?
Why don't you give me a weapon? Hold on a second now, right?
Oh my god.
Wow.
He's just gone from wanting gas to now basically... I mean, that's him done if they find him.
Essentially murdered 3 people.
He's not gonna make it.
You can't operate on him?
Not me. You need a brain surgeon.
You find the shooter, I want him alive. Come on, help me.
What are you doing?
We're gonna go find a brain surgeon.
He wants a non-com guarding each roadblock and at least 2 men watching every road out of town. Should we shoot this bastard on sight? Try and take him alive. They took him to a crowd hospital, see if they could drum up any good doctors.
Open up.
Come with me. Get in the Jeep.
Where are we going?
To the hospital. Get in.
If you're going to shoot me, shoot me. If you're not, put the gun away.
He must be a brain surgeon.
He was shot in the head.
Half hour ago. Come on.
If you want him to live, you'll help me. First, by putting that away. Let me drive. We'll get there faster. Somebody's taking a bigger beat than me and him.
Is that the one that shot him?
Until I see him, I don't know. I don't know how good of a look they got at him.
should go in there and stop this.
Let's just play cards, all right?
Where is he?
How's Grant?
Where is he?
Is he okay?
Where is he?
I think it is going to be him beating him up.
Yeah, that is him, isn't it?
That's him. Replacement. Our company.
Where's the weapon? What weapon?
Ooh.
When you talk to an officer, you say, sir.
Oh, smart. We haven't seen him for ages.
Oh, no, we haven't. Yeah, I've been moving away as well. Don't do it.
I don't feel like he's going to do it.
No.
Have the MPs take care of this piece of shit.
Grant's dead?
No. Crown surgeon says he's gonna make it.
Really?
That's mad.
Yeah, that is mad. Wow.
I'm guessing there were Hitler's photo albums, sir. Sure had a lot of pictures of him in it.
So you looked at him, but you didn't take.
That's right, sir.
You're dismissed. You better not be lying to me.
He is.
Yep.
If it's not going to put you in too much of a bind, I'd like to resign as company first sergeant. If I have my choice, I miss being back amongst the men. I'd be happy to go to staff sergeant, whichever platoon you want to put me in.
Well, I guess you've earned your right to demote yourself.
Thank you, sir.
You want to take over Sergeant Grant's platoon?
That would do fine, sir.
All right, then report to Lieutenant Peacock. Let me know if he gives you any trouble.
Oh, sir, you make your decision yet?
Yeah, I did.
Wonder what that is.
Yeah.
So what else is on your mind?
Maybe his transfer got accepted, maybe.
It better be somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yep, I couldn't agree more.
I mean, it's absolutely irresponsible to leave them in the hands of the wrong person. They're too much of a valuable resource to the military.
So you decided to stay in the Army?
Yes, I'm gonna stay with the men.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. So some of us would stay by choice, but others were stuck here unless we could find excuses to send them away. So it's an airborne exhibition. They have one of every Allied combat plane they've used in the war.
I mean, yes, sir.
You'll be like a technical advisor and make sure they get everything right. Sorry, it's not a more hospitable location.
No, sir. Paris is just fine.
And your driver will drop you off at a hotel of your choice.
I won't let you down, sir.
Getting him out.
Yeah.
Surprised Malarkey didn't have enough points, to be honest.
Yeah, that is. That's nice. Yeah, that is surprising.
The Army, when they give a man a battlefield commission, make him an officer. They usually don't let him stay with the same company.
Figured this was coming.
They're afraid the men won't show him the proper degree of respect as they would another officer.
It's a good theory.
It's an idiotic theory. They've given me the choice as to where to reassign you, and I thought battalion headquarters might be a good place.
I can think of a few betters.
Down at the airfield, there is a German general who was a little PO'd about having it surrendered to Private Babe Heffron from South Philly. Thinks it's beneath his stature. I thought Second Lieutenant Carwood Lipton from West Virginia could soothe his ruffled feathers.
No problem, sir. Is this the type of job I can expect from now on?
Yeah.
That comment we got about his honourable discharge a couple of episodes back must have been some confusion. The comment definitely said that he... Because we thought he got promoted, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
With your permission, I would like to address my men briefly.
That'll be fine, General.
Sobel.
Oh, yeah.
Captain Sobel?
Major Winters.
Captain Sobel. We salute the rank, not the man.
Oof.
Frosty.
Frosty. It's exactly the word I was going to say.
Es war ein langer Krieg. Es war ein harter Krieg.
You got?
Man, it's been a long war. It's been a tough war.
Ihr habt tapfer und stolz für euer Vaterland gekämpft.
You fought bravely, proudly.
Ihr seid eine ganz besondere Truppe,
You are a special group.
die ineinander einen Zusammenhalt gefunden hat,
Found in one another a bond
wie sich nur im Kampf entwickeln kann.
that exists only in combat.
Die Fuchshöhlen geteilt haben,
Shared foxholes.
schrecklichen Momenten gegenseitig
Held each other in dire moments.
die den Tod zusammen gesehen haben und gemeinsam gelitten haben.
We've seen death and suffered together.
Ich bin stolz, gedient zu haben.
I'm proud to have served with each and every one of you.
Glückliches Leben in Frieden.
You deserve long and happy lives in peace.
Tom. Take a look at these two kids.
What the hell happened to them?
New Jersey, huh?
Yeah. Think about it.
Yeah, I am.
I hope he goes with him.
You awake yet?
Yeah.
Equally, though, he's a massive asset.
Really is.
Time to go to bed.
It's like the idea of these two staying together after the war.
Yeah.
Baseball.
You're out.
Where did you one down?
Compton came back to see the company.
Buck, yeah.
He became a prosecutor in Los Angeles. He convicted Sirhan Sirhan in the murder of Robert Kennedy and was later appointed to the California Court of Appeals.
Wow.
David Webster became a writer for the Saturday Evening Post and Wall Street Journal. In 1961, he went out on the ocean alone and was never seen again.
Oh, wow.
Johnny Martin
That's
would
sad.
return to his job at the railroad and then start his own construction company. He splits his time between Arizona and a place in Montana. George Luz became a handyman in Providence, Rhode Island. As a testament to his character, 1,600 people attended his funeral in 1998.
Wow.
Doc Rowe died in Louisiana in 1998.
Same year.
Frank Bricani returned to Chicago and worked a postal route as a mailman. Joe Liebgott returned to San Francisco, drove his cab. Bull Ranneman was one of the best soldiers I ever had. He went into the earth-moving business in Arkansas. He's still there. Alton Moore returned to Wyoming with a unique souvenir, Hitler's personal photo albums.
Ah, he did steal them. Knew it.
The face kind of said it, to be fair.
We all lost touch with in civilian life until he showed up at a reunion just before his death in 1981. How we lived our lives after the war was as varied as each man. Carwood Lipton became a glass-making executive in charge of factories all over the world. Harry Welsh, he married Kitty Grogan, became an administrator for the Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania school system.
She did wait for him.
Yeah.
Ronald Spears stayed in the Army, served in Korea. In 1958, returned to Germany as governor of Spandau Prison. He retired a lieutenant colonel.
Yeah, I like Spears.
No nonsense.
For Easy Company, it was D-Day plus 434.
434 days.
This morning, President Truman received the unconditional surrender from the Japanese. War's over.
Oh, they're not going to the Pacific?
No.
Regardless of points, medals, or wounds, each man in the 101st Airborne would be going home. Each of us would be forever connected by our shared experience, and each would have to rejoin the world as best he could.
I wanted to know what happened to Garnier and Joe.
Yeah, same.
Lewis Nixon had some tough times after the war. He was divorced a couple of times. Then in 1956, he married a woman named Grace, and everything came together for him. He spent the rest of his life with her, traveling the world. My friend Lou died in 1995. I took up his job offer and was a personnel manager at the Nixon Nitration Works. I stayed around Hershey, Pennsylvania, finally finding a little farm, a little peaceful corner of the world where I still live today. There is not a day that goes by that I do not think of the men I served with who never got to enjoy the world without war.
A very unusual feeling.
Witness.
Yeah.
It's a very unusual bonding.
We knew that we could depend on each other. And so we were a
great
close-knit group.
Brave, so brave is unbelievable. And I don't know anybody that I admire more than Bill Garnier and Joe Toy. And
Bill and Joe.
They were very, very special.
I'm just one part of the big war, that's all.
Got me.
Yes, we said that. We knew that, didn't we?
Sometimes it makes me cry.
The real men, the real heroes, are the fellas that are still buried over there.
Oh, Babe.
Yeah.
Seemed like you figured that you thought that you could do just about anything. And after the war was over and you came back out.
Oh, Shifty. Survived.
He won the lot to go home.
Oh, he was,
in the
yes.
crash.
To stay alive, that's all. Yeah.
Henry V
Martin
was talking to his men. He said, "From this day to the ending of the world, we in it shall be remembered. We lucky few, we band of brothers. For he who today sheds his blood with me shall be my brother."
Do you remember the letter that Mike Ranier wrote me? You do. Do you remember how he ended it? I cherish the memories of a question my grandson asked me the other day. Grandpa, were you a hero in the war? Grandpa said no, but I served in a company of heroes.
Anything in the credits?
Yeah, powerful stuff at the end.
Yes. Yeah, it was really nice to put the names to the faces.
Yeah.
I would almost want to watch this again, now knowing, or at
Who's
least
who?
the beginning of the episodes, now knowing who is who.
Yeah.
Still having that fresh memory of how the episodes played out.
Yeah.
I thought that was a brilliant series.
Yeah.
It lived
Amazing.
up to... I had very high expectations just for the fact that two people from different social groups had said to me that it's one of the greatest series they've ever seen, and they both said that they feel like I would love it. They know what I'm like, that I like to really delve into the details and the story. And I said all along, I didn't know much about this war.
No.
I knew, obviously, just the high-level details. And, yeah, the amount of knowledge and information that I've picked up from watching this series, incredible.
Same, yeah. It's incredibly written, incredibly acted. just an amazing piece of work. And we've learned so much from the comments. They've been amazing. But yeah, I see what you mean. Going through this again, knowing who's who, and following their story would be great. But yeah, really nice to hear from them in the end. It gets you a bit emotional when you hear them speaking at the end. Yeah.
You can see that bond. I was really happy that it ended with... I mean, I was happy for everybody, but that Winters and Nix kept that bond and friendship there was really nice, because they really did have that kind of brotherly kind of feel about them anyway. Just with that actual the episode alone and not the whole thing, I was really glad that Spears showed restraint and didn't shoot the replacement, because in spite of everything that had happened up to that point with all the myths and all the stories, I don't know what would have happened if he had shot dead a replacement. I'm not saying that the likelihood is no one would have said anything.
No, but you could see some of the guys that were there, that I saw them closing their eyes as if they thought... Because do they believe those stories?
They do.
And they thought he had it in him, but I don't know whether that dispels the rumours, but I loved Spears and what he did in Foy, when they were taking the town of Foy, and from then onwards he just became really good, like favourite character of mine, you know.
I know, it's easy to say that because we are watching a show, but of course it's actors playing.
Yeah, of course.
Real people.
And I'm so glad he didn't take that decision at the end and potentially sort of...
And no surprise he stayed in the army. You know, he just seemed like he just naturally took to any kind of combat situation, and
it seems quite... I'll say easy, it's probably the wrong word, but he can separate his job from his home, because he just always seems so focused. And like you say, he's no nonsense. He's there to do a job, and that's all he's doing. He's very stony faced a lot of the time as well. And
I can't believe the replacement came in, killed 2 people, and then shot dead a fellow officer. Oh no, he survived. They said he survived, didn't he?
Yeah, he survived, yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, the German doctor said he was going to survive. And he survived. But I don't know what would have happened after the war with the 2 people he did kill. I think someone said one of them was an officer, or could have been an officer, like a German officer.
Right.
But I don't know. Obviously, post-war, you can't just go killing people, whether they were served in the army or not. I think that comes under war.
They said he hadn't been there for that long as well, and I
think he was drunk as well. It seemed like he was really drunk.
I wonder if that was just the thing of they kept showing the enthusiasm of... I'm not linking enthusiasm to shooting 2 people dead here, but the enthusiasm of the replacements coming in, and again, he just seems to be... He just had no awareness of consequences. He got drunk, wanted some fuel, and ended up with 2 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder.
Yeah, I think it ties into what Winter was saying. Like, everything these people have been through, and they haven't got enough points to go home, even though the war is essentially done. But they just got to stay there where there's no conflict, and all they've got is time on their hands. Almost seems like an unlimited amount of alcohol. They're young lads. Yeah. They're going to make use of their time.
Well, especially replacements who haven't been there and have just come in and are fresh, effectively. They've not seen or been through what a lot of the lads there had been through. And that was quite telling. And Liebgott had a difficult situation to make, one that felt very personal to him. And
definitely.
Obviously, the orders didn't come from Winters, it would seem. And he
had no business being there.
Decision himself, but you
never know what he's thinking.
And once those camps were found, we saw how much that affected him.
Oh yeah, and even like we say, having to deliver that speech at the end as well, telling them that to lock them back in, like that would have affected him. So probably something he's not going to forget.
No, no, definitely not. But no, I thought it was a brilliant series. I really did. I thought that. I mean, the production values were insane, especially when this came out, because there's been so much change and technological advancements in the past couple of decades, and I didn't feel that with this. This could have been something that was released a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it certainly didn't. It's aged brilliantly. Like it doesn't seem like we're watching an old show here. It's aged incredibly. But like you said,
I thought the acting was brilliant. I thought Damian Lewis as Winters, in particular, I thought he was sensational.
Yeah,
absolutely sensational.
Yeah.
Interesting as well, just talking, just reminded me, with Sobel at the end, he was going to desperate measures to not look at Winters.
I think Winters became what Sobel wanted to become. He got those promotions, major And like you said, you're not saluting me, so no matter what your feelings are towards me,
you're saluting the rank.
Saluting the rank, so turn around and face me, essentially.
Exactly.
Exactly. But yeah,
and it looked like Sober was probably still doing the similar thing to what he had been doing all along.
Yeah, very bitter, it seems like.
Yeah, sorry about a little bit of confusion about Lipton in there. We had a comment on a previous video that said that he had been honourably discharged, but we thought that he had been promoted. And it seems like, he was promoted. So you've probably seen how high our engagement is.
Yeah.
Cis man. I do as much as I can, but we try to obviously interact with the comments as much as we possibly can. And there must have just been some confusion. I don't think we were purposely led astray, so I'm not digging you out for that comment. But it seems as though he did get that promotion, and then at the end he's taken on a battalion, right?
Yeah, it seems that way, but...
he was another incredible actor, I felt, as well.
Brilliant.
That was Donnie Wahlberg, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was brilliant, and especially in episode 7. There are so many performances. You could really pick... I thought Eugene Rowe was sensational in episode 6.
Well, let's say his standalone episode, but the one that focused on him the most was just incredible. We saw his journey from, we saw his decline almost, basically just following the life of a medic, and... It was a great episode, really was.
Yeah, and one thing I think they did really cleverly with this, I just feel like it was such a great approach, was how we were following, sometimes it was a mix, but we were following the individual story. Yeah. And I feel like that really added to the show, because if this had just been a situation of following the regiment, I don't feel like it would have had the same impact. I feel like by following those individual stories and the way they were told and narrated really added. It does. It really helped with the bonding.
I feel like you warmed to those people better as well.
We had it with Ball in the 4th episode, I think it was. We had it with Blythe in the 3rd episode. Yeah. That was another great performance, I felt like, from Blythe. We really saw how he changed throughout the course of that episode. And it was just great to see. We saw with Winters and the impact of killing the young lad and how that sat with him. And he said here that was the last time he fired a weapon.
Yeah.
He hadn't since.
Again, there's moments throughout the war that they were never going to forget, and that's one that probably haunted Winters for a long time.
But no, I feel like that was I feel like that was a really brilliant series. Loved it. Any final thoughts from you?
No, not really. It's getting me a bit emotional. So
the only final thought I was going to add is that we are continuing this with the Pacific. Yeah. So season 1, episode 1, because that's typically where you would start. That will be up next. But as for this, absolutely sensational. Please stick with us for the Pacific. We would love to have you there. You've been absolutely incredible through this. This has been such a journey and a brilliant, brilliant story.
Agreed.
That's been told. So have a fantastic day wherever you're up to. Please drop the episode a like if you didn't do so already, and we will see you back here for the first episode of the Pacific.